So I didn't grow up with brothers. I have 2 half-brothers now, but they were like my brothers, and I learned what pull my finger means, for example, from them. So good times. I loved this dress so much. I mean, I remember when I got to, it was like pink and yellow. Obviously, I like bright colors, and I just felt like a princess wearing this thing. It was great. It was really spongy and soft, and I got to wear white go-go boots with it and fishnet stockings. I mean, it was, I can't imagine what more a 12-year-old could possibly want. When I was about 15, I went through a phase where I didn't want to be recognized, and I went with my best friend at the time to Disneyland, and I did not want to get recognized. And she spoke French, and I spoke very good French. So I put my hair up in like this curly wig thing and a hat, and I gave myself a mullet, and we pretended to be French, and we only kind of spoke French in front of other people. And somebody still was like, "Excuse me, aren't you Winnie Cooper?" I'm like, "Comment? Je comprends pas. Qu'est-ce qu'elle dit?" It was so ridiculous. And they were like looking at us, and I'm like, "Oh my God, fail! Epic fail!" Needless to say, I stopped doing that. It didn't work. I had a crush on Michael J. Fox, big time. And the one time when my sister and I were going to school, we were in the back seat, my mom was driving, and my mom goes, "Girls, turn around." We turned around, and Michael J. Fox was driving in his little black Mercedes convertible, and we both were like screaming and smiling. I still remember to this day exactly how he looked. He looked up, and he kind of laughed, and he looked up, and he smiled, and he waved. And I mean, our year was made. I'll never forget that. That was amazing. Probably 1984, something like that. You know, I think one of my favorite storylines was that Winnie Cooper scored higher on her math SATs than Kevin Arnold did, which ended up being kind of foreshadowing for me in all my mathematics. But that was just kind of a cool storyline because this story was set back in the 1960s, and at that point, it wasn't really socially acceptable for girls to do better at math than boys. So, what can I say? Winnie Cooper was ahead of her time. I remember breaking up with my boyfriend in real life, and then Winnie broke up with Kevin like a week later. So that always stuck with me. It was a very realistic scene. I was really crying, and all I had to do was think about what had just happened in my life. So many people ask me about the idea of a reboot. I don't think it's going to happen, mostly because, well, 2 things. One, Fred Savage has said never, not a chance. And the other thing is, you know, the show was about nostalgia and bittersweet memories, and I don't think you can go back and unearth that and without ruining it, sort of. I think I might be living out Winnie Cooper's actual life. I think Winnie Cooper might be writing math books. She was always really smart and studious, and so when you go to McKellarmath.com, it's really WinnieCooperMath.com. I've always taken my position as a role model very seriously. Yeah, this is Dear Danica in Teen Beat magazine. I didn't even have to look at the cover. I mean, I did this for 4 years, from when I was 14 till I was 18. I wrote advice, and it was all like relationship advice. It's funny because then later, after I graduated from college, I started DanicaMcKellar.com, and I was actually writing I did 2 advice columns. One was love advice, and one was math advice. I was answering people's math questions. So I've always kind of wanted to be a role model and wanted to help inspire people to be happier.
Hello Today fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.